What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lauren and I am a regional flight attendant based here in Indianapolis, Indiana, and I'm here with a brand new video. I have not filmed a sit-down video in a really long time, and I have a fun one for you guys, so let's get into it. So I thought I would film a video that's just a little different and something I normally wouldn't do. So this video is going to be 5 weird / interesting facts about being a flight attendant that most really don't think about, and what I kind of wish I would have known before becoming a flight attendant. So let's get into the video. Alright guys, so the first interesting weird thing about being a flight attendant is being alone. You're going to be alone so much of the time you are at your job and on overnights. And you do deal with a lot of people day in and day out on your planes, in the airports, with your crew members. But at the end of the day, when you get to your hotel room, you are alone for a lot of the time. And that's something you just have to be okay with. You have to enjoy your own company, be independent. You have to be okay with eating lunch or dinner by yourself, or going out and exploring a city by yourself, because sometimes crews just don't want to go and do anything, or they're having a bad day, or they packed their dinner. So I guess from this, just take away that you are going to be dealing with a lot of people during the workday, but once you get off and go to your hotel room, you have so much alone and downtime. So just keep that in mind when you are going through training and just going through the process of applying to be a flight attendant, that you are going to be alone a lot. So I can't tell you how many meals I've eaten by myself, holidays I've spent alone, and literally just exploring a brand new city by myself. But I love it. I'm just kind of that person. I really like time with people, but I also like time just by myself. So yeah, that's the first tip. So just get used to being by yourself sometimes. Morning guys, it is 4:15 in the morning. Good morning guys, it is almost 5 in the morning, and it is day number 3 of the trip. Good morning guys, it is currently 4:30 in the morning. I'm tired. Okay, so the second thing that no one really told me about, and that just kind of went over my head, was the times you're going to be getting up at. And you're probably thinking, yeah, there's 6 a.m. flights. Well, there are also 5 a.m. flights and 4 a.m. show times, which requires you to get up wherever you're living. It could be different, at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. I'm going from my experience at my regional airline. Our earliest show time is at 4:15 in the morning for a 5 o'clock departure, and that requires me to get up at 2:30 in the morning. But I know there are other airlines out there that do red eyes, and I think it's on duty overnight, correct me if I'm wrong, where you're getting in late and you have a couple hours and then you're out at 6 a.m. the next day. So just be prepared to wake up in the middle of the night, or really just not sleeping at all, because I'm going to admit I have pulled all-nighters and they're not fun. So keep that in mind. Once again, when you're going through the process, that you will not have a normal sleep schedule, especially when you are on reserve. I was on 3 to 3 reserve for the first 6 months of the job, and I had been called at 3:01 a.m. and been waken up out of a complete deep sleep mid-dream before. So yeah, just prepare yourself, especially in training. Also, they will just switch times on you. They'll have, one day you'll get out at like 5 p.m. and then you'll have the next day and you're going back in at 5 a.m. Or the next day they're really, really late and you don't have to report to the training center until like 10 a.m. So just be prepared for a crazy schedule and waking up at absurd times of the day. Alright, so the third thing that's definitely interesting about this job are the days you work. You will work Christmas, Thanksgiving, your birthday, other people's birthdays, weddings, Valentine's Day. It's just part of the job, especially when you first start. It is not easy. I will tell you that. I have spent a couple of nights crying in my hotel room because I wish I could be with my family on a holiday and I'm in Newark. It's just part of it. You're going to work weekends and you're going to miss people's big life events. Sometimes you're gonna miss baby showers, you're gonna miss weddings. Yeah, it's just one of the downfalls of working in the aviation industry because it never stops. It literally never stops going, no matter what day, what time. So I just thought I would put this in here because I feel like it's super, super important, that it's always kind of in the back of your head when you're applying places, but just keep that in mind. And I will say it does get better. I did have Christmas off this year, and I believe I did have my birthday and stuff like that. But your first year or so at an airline, you're gonna get those not so good schedules and you're going to be on call during those holidays because that's just how it goes. But I will say, hang in there. If you're at that spot right now where your schedule sucks, you're not getting Christmas off, you're not getting Thanksgiving, hang in there because you will get there. So that's my third weird thing about being a flight attendant. All right, so the fourth thing can either apply to you or not. I don't know your immune system. I do know mine and what I went through when I first started this job, and that is getting sick. So, knock on wood, I have not gotten extremely ill, but when you first start this job, you're going to be exposed to so many different germs and illnesses. I'm not familiar with all the different types. I'm not a nurse. I don't know any of that. But what I do know is that there are so many germs that flight attendants and pilots and anyone in the aviation industry deal with on a daily basis. And you're going through security, you're touching things, you're doing your beverage service, you're touching everyone's hands, you're cleaning up, all of that stuff. And you will get sick when you first start. And maybe not if you're coming from a profession like being a nurse, a teacher, any of those, you might have a solid immune system. I came straight from college, so I had a little bit of an immune system that was built up a little bit, but not much. So my first week of training, I was really, really sick with a really bad cold and allergies on top of it. And then when I first started, I had a lot of sinus infections, a lot of colds, and I think I had strep in there somewhere. But just prepare for that. Make sure you are bringing so much vitamin C to training and just keeping that in your bag at all time. Make sure you're keeping Dayquil, NyQuil, just your vitamins. Wash your hands, sanitize. Just try your best to stay healthy because especially when you first start this job, you will get sick a lot, and especially in the season that we're in now, we're still in kind of the flu season. So yeah, just be extra cautious when you first start and just prepare yourself. So the fifth and final weird / interesting thing about being a flight attendant is that this may not apply to you, but I think it applies to most of us out there, that you will become an aviation professional. You will download so many apps that will help you with different flights, and if they're on time, you're going to know different airplanes from the back of your hand. You're going to know so much about flying and the aviation industry in general that you had no idea before you become a flight attendant. So yeah, I actually love it because I am a wholehearted aviation nerd, and I think that's something kind of fun about this job that makes it super interesting, and that you have kind of insider knowledge on the industry that no one else does. But that also comes with a negative aspect to that, is that your family and friends are gonna have no idea what you're talking about. So you have terms as deadhead or red eye or turn, and people are gonna be like, can you break this down into simple English? I don't know what that is, or why you do this. So I'm the kind of person that loves aviation. I live close to the airport, so I am always looking at planes and be like, oh, that's a Airbus, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just a weirdo like that, and you will probably become some sort of geek like me. So that is all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this kind of weird video, and I hope that you take something away from this if you are in the application process of becoming a flight attendant or just thinking about becoming a flight attendant in general. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this quick little video. I'm so sorry that I have not been uploading, but I'm going to try to get better at this and make YouTube more of a priority. So yeah, also make sure to follow me on Instagram. I do post way more on there, especially my day-to-day travels of being a flight attendant or random trips that I take. So I will leave my Instagram in my description or on the screen, so make sure to give that a follow, and also make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it or if you learned something new today. So I will see you guys on my next video, and once again, thank you so much for watching. Bye.